Here's the punchline on what is a value ladder. We get this question quite a lot. So the concept of a value ladder is taking prospects from when they may not have heard of your company or brand and nurturing them through little stepping stones as tasters and ways to experience your product or service, and to essentially give them a little bit of a almost try before you buy as a concept. Now, this is really, really, really important because most people we see start the conversation with new prospects as hi, tell them about themselves, and then it's straight to, do you want to buy my product or service? There's not really some gentle stepping stones, or some of the stepping stones to try might be too big a commitment for that point that the buyer is at. So here's one example of a value ladder that we've built. So we start with an educational PDF. So our PDF is all 100% about educating, providing some quick wins for people, some highly practical takeaways that can give them the starting point on their journey and addressing current challenges. At the end of the PDF, you'll have a next step and an invite to come to a webinar masterclass. So directly they can link through and they can book straight away. The webinar masterclass needs to be on the same topic, but perhaps a deeper dive going into the same detail, into further detail. So you're following the same train of thought, the same topic, and the two are very much connected. They're not disparate, separate topics. At the end of the masterclass, I would suggest something like a 14-day free trial, or perhaps something like a demo in this space. And then after people complete the trial, depending on the sales cycle of the product or service that you're working with, that could be the starting point to then going through to more of a proposal and into then a purchase. So that's one example. And as you can see, as you go up the ladder, you're adding more and more value as you go. But this also, from the buyer's perspective, is an increased commitment for every step. So a PDF is essentially a 5-minute commitment and just giving you my name and email address, versus a webinar masterclass where I'm committing to an hour of my time and making more of a commitment of my day. So the risk and commitment goes up, and that's not just in terms of monetary, it's also in terms of time. Here's a second example for you where we've started out with a quiz, and then a quiz at the end of the quiz invites you to come to the webinar where you can deep dive on your results and understand the next steps on your journey. After the webinar, you could get someone to do more of a health check or a health assessment, and then through to then going through to a proposal stage and through to buying. So that's another example. Final examples to lead you with is you can start this journey with many different lead magnets depending on what's appropriate for your business. So quick cheat sheet of examples here. We've got download, 3-part video series, so an educational series, webinar, challenge, 5-day challenges work quite well in some industries, quiz, checklist, cheat sheets, scripts, resources guides, how-tos, 3 ways to, all those sorts of things work really, really well. So as a next step to start building your value ladder, start out with that entry point. What is the sort of low touch way that people can get that first initial experience of your product or service, and then build out the stepping stones to that. Final point to consider is, what are your key conversion points? So if you convert really, really well after someone's had a demo, how do you build to that point? If you convert really, really well after someone has had a face-to-face meeting with you, how do we build to that point so that we're leading to our best foot forward and our key conversion points?